They had millions and lost it all in the dumbest ways possible. We're talking about Hollywood's biggest stars, people who had everything: fame, fortune, fancy cars, private islands, you name it. But instead of playing it smart, they made the most insane choices ever. One actor spent $30,000 a month just on wine. Another bought a stolen dinosaur skull. Someone even faked a divorce to stay famous. And let's not forget the guy who literally burned through $400 million and then bought tigers. Whether it was crazy shopping habits, not paying taxes, or just pure delusion, these celebs went from red carpets to rock bottom faster than you can say bankruptcy. So grab your popcorn because this is going to be messy, shocking, and honestly, a little hilarious. Let's break down the 5 dumbest actors who went totally broke. Before we spill more tea, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe. Johnny Depp didn't just make a lot of money, he made $900 million in his career. He was one of the highest paid actors in the world. But instead of saving or investing smartly, Johnny decided to live like a rock star on steroids. And it got real bad. At one point, he was spending $2 million every single month. Like, girl, that's not a lifestyle, that's a disaster waiting to happen. He bought 14 luxury homes, his own private island, and even a $60 million village in France. Because why not, right? But the wildest thing? He spent $3 million to shoot his friend's ashes into the sky using a cannon. Yes, a cannon. For ashes. And the wine? Chili. He was dropping $30,000 a month just on wine. Not water, not food, wine. Every month. Eventually, the bills caught up with him. Johnny tried to blame his management company, TMG, for all the money problems. He even sued them, saying they mismanaged his funds. But guess what? TMG clapped back and said Johnny ignored their advice and made those crazy decisions all on his own. They were like, "Don't blame us, honey." In court documents, they said he had 40 staff members, was flying private jets, and spending $150,000 a month on security. Johnny just didn't listen, and it almost destroyed him. He had to sell homes, fire people, and face the brutal truth. He was broke. He may still be a movie star, but financially, he went from superstar to super broke in the dumbest way possible. Okay, so Mike Tyson wasn't just a boxer, he was a legend. At his peak, he earned around $400 million. That's the kind of money most people can't even imagine. But instead of holding on to it, Mike basically said, "Let's spend it all like it's on fire." First of all, this man bought 3 Bengal tigers, actual wild tigers. Each one cost $70,000, and let's not even talk about how much he spent feeding them and keeping them from eating people. Like, sir, a puppy wasn't enough? And the houses? Mike had over 100 luxury cars, including Bentleys, Rolls-Royces, and Lamborghinis. He had multiple mansions, one of them with gold-plated everything, even the bathtub. And yes, that one gold bathtub alone cost $2 million. He partied like a king, gave out cash like candy, and had a huge entourage following him everywhere. He'd walk into a store and buy jewelry worth hundreds of thousands just because he felt like it. But here's where it got messy. He got divorced, went to jail, and didn't pay taxes. By 2003, Mike was officially bankrupt. He owed around $23 million, including money to the IRS, lawyers, and even people he just forgot to pay. He later admitted he had no idea how to manage his money and that he was just trying to impress people. Mike said, "I was trying to buy love." But like, no, babe, that's not how it works. Now, years later, he's trying to rebuild his life. He's calmer, doing podcasts, and even came back to boxing. But those wild spending days? Gone. Mike Tyson went from king of the ring to flat broke. And it's honestly one of the dumbest downfalls ever. Let's talk about the king of crazy purchases, Nicolas Cage. He was once worth $150 million, thanks to hits like National Treasure. But girl, what he did with that money, a national disaster. Nicolas Cage didn't just spend, he went on a full-blown shopping spree like the world was ending. He bought 15 homes, including castles in Europe and a haunted mansion in New Orleans. Yup, haunted. Because obviously, a normal house wasn't spooky enough. Then, he dropped $3 million on a private island just to chill, and another $8.5 million on a Las Vegas penthouse. But wait, it gets weirder. He bought a dinosaur skull for $276,000, only to find out it was stolen and had to give it back. Like, babe, who even sells dinosaur skulls? Oh, and he had a pet octopus for $150,000, a two-headed snake, albino cobras, and shrunken pygmy heads for decoration. Can't make this up, but his spending didn't stop. He also bought a pyramid-shaped tomb to be buried in, a rare Superman comic, and 9 Rolls Royces. Like, how many cars does one person need? Soon, it all crashed. The housing market collapsed, movie roles slowed down, and Uncle Sam came knocking. Nicholas owed the IRS over $6 million in unpaid taxes. To survive, he had to sell everything: houses, cars, rare items at huge losses. He even sued his business manager, blaming him for the mess. But the manager fired back like, "Honey, I told you not to buy castles and jets." In the end, Cage had to take tons of low-budget, weird movies just to pay the bills. Not because he loved acting, but because he was desperate. From Hollywood royalty to financial chaos, Nicolas Cage's money meltdown was dumb, extra, and totally unforgettable. Wesley Snipes was a whole action hero. He starred in Blade and made over $50 million during his career. But instead of paying his taxes like a normal adult, Wesley thought he could just skip it for 7 whole years. Yup, he didn't file a single tax return, not one. And when the IRS came knocking, he tried to say he was a non-resident alien, even though he was literally born in the US. Like, sir, be serious. He also claimed the IRS was part of some evil plan to enslave and terrorize people. No joke, he said that. In the end, the government wasn't having it. Wesley was charged with 6 counts of willfully failing to file tax returns, and boom, 3 years in federal prison. And let's not forget, he owed $23.5 million to the IRS. After getting out, he tried to settle by offering only $842,000, and the IRS was like, "Nah, babe, that's cute, but try again." He then said he couldn't pay because of economic hardship, and the court was still like, nope. Eventually, they dropped the bill down to $9.5 million, but guess what? He still hasn't paid it. So yeah, Wesley went from slaying vampires to slaying his bank account and ending up in prison, and all because he thought he was too famous to file taxes. Like, babe, TurboTax exists for a reason. Heidi Montag rose to fame on reality shows like The Hills and I'm a Celebrity. Get me out of here. At one point, she and her husband had $10 million, and they spent it like it was play money. She spent $2 million on her first music album. She said it would be pop history. Guess how many copies it sold? Just 1,000. Literally. Not even enough for a small concert crowd. And her daily spending? Girl, she was dropping $20,000 to $30,000 a day at the mall, ordering 4,000 bottles of wine at dinner like she was Beyoncé. Spoiler, she was not Beyoncé. Oh, and this part is so cringe. Heidi and her husband faked a divorce just to stay relevant and hopefully land a British reality show. Like, sis, a fake breakup doesn't pay the bills. Even worse, she said she believed the world was ending in 2012, so they wanted to spend all the money before the asteroid hit. What? Eventually, they lost everything. Heidi had to learn the hard way that fame fades, and money runs out real fast when you act like it grows on trees. She went from red carpets to reality checks, and honestly, it's giving broke energy.